Let's flip it. Five teams that missed the NCAA tournament last year that will make it this year. We can end on a positive note this time. Same thing. We're looking for like the biggest brands, biggest names, biggest wild card shouts that we can try for here. Going through Ken Palm, I'll just read you the top teams where they finished last year that did not get a bid in order: Ohio State, Northwestern, Indiana, Nebraska. Four Big Ten teams. Then Boise State, SMU, West Virginia, Cincinnati, Villanova, USC. So I think this is going to be a Big Ten heavy list, I would say, if I don't know, the landscape of college basketball holds the same as last season. But who do you think we should nominate first?
I think Indiana gets in for sure. I think that's a lock.
Okay. I don't know that I'd say lock, but I think they're in the mix. Along those lines, I think a lot of people like Iowa, team with a new coach.
I like Iowa a lot. I like Sturts a lot. The other team I was going to name that I think is almost a lock to get into is Villanova.
Okay, I like the shout for them, but I need talk on them being a lock.
The country's desperate for Villanova to be good again. Um, I think they paid a coach a lot of money. They gave him a ton of resources. He brought a Caden Lewis in. They will have the narrative. I don't think they're going to have the same resume as some of these other teams will have to get in.
Big East also feels like it's pretty open, so I do not hate that whatsoever. The only issue, as much as I love Caden, I still hate the rest of the supporting cast. Like they're talking about Devin Askew playing a serious role for that team, which is absolutely terrifying. Let me nominate some that I think are. I have one more wild cardy, and I have a couple that I think are pretty much guaranteed. NC State.
Yeah,
NC State's going to be good, and the ACC is wide open. Speaking of the ACC being wide open, there's two other ACC teams I want to buy, and the more we talk through ACC teams, it's making me think UNC could drop out because the ACC middle of the pack could be better here. I think Virginia's just going to be good, and I know Riley Davis agrees. They got a lot of talent, new coach, new system. I think that's going to work.
I like Virginia. I don't think the one guy they just got eligibility for should be allowed to play, but I do like Virginia since he's able to play.
And then lastly, this one's a shot in the dark, but I believe in Micah Shrewsbury enough that when he gets real talent, I just think it's going to flip for them. Jalen Harrelson is a real talent. He's a five-star McDonald's All-American. I think Notre Dame can be a good team in the ACC this year.
I really like that shot. I think I want Notre Dame on the list too.
That's
I
also a boobyism because Booby's a Notre Dame fan. But Dion, we have one thing here. So now we've named six. We got to trim it to five, and we haven't mentioned the team I think on paper is probably the most likely to be in the tournament this year. It is Ohio State, I think.
That's fair. That's
But
fair. There was
Dion,
two other teams I thought should be on the list too,
name them.
potentially. I think West Virginia gets in this year. I know that there's obviously some bias there. I don't think they're that much worse than last year, and I think last year's team was clearly should have been in the tournament by every metric in the world. I think the Big 12 took a step back a little bit too.
Sure, I think that's fair. I don't like that better than any on the list, though. So I'm going to respectfully decline your nomination of your Mountaineers.
I think there's a lot of teams that missed the tournament that will get in though.
I think you're probably right.
We
Um,
didn't mention Miami.
we didn't mention Miami, and they could be there.
No. I think Miami's a team that's gonna that's another reason I don't think North Carolina gets in. Like Miami's not that bad either.
Trey Donaldson, some people are calling him Mr. March. Some people are. Ohio State to me would be number one on my list if Jake Diebler wasn't the coach. Is that enough to keep them entirely off the list for you, or should they be there?
Who are the what are the four teams we have to
Right.
name?
The ones I think we feel really good about are Indiana, Iowa, NC State, Virginia. And
Okay.
then I think we need to decide a fifth between Villanova, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. I selfishly kind of want to get Notre Dame on here. I also like if we're dropping anyone, I don't want to drop NC State or Virginia. I think I could be convinced to drop Indiana or Iowa. I think they're both going to make it, but I'm not exactly invested in them making it, if that makes sense.
That's fair. I just Indiana's like to me is too talented not to get in, even if they're like a 12 seed.
Okay.
I I could be convinced of Iowa, but all they do is win. Like that, the coach Sturts, all they ever do is win.
I think McCollum's the Signetti of basketball too. Like I just think he's a weird psycho small school guy who's like, I win. Just I win. It's gonna keep happening. I win. So I don't know.
I feel like we take him off the list, we regret it 6, 7 months from now.
So let's keep Indiana, Iowa, NC State, Virginia. Then we need to choose between Villanova, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. I could disqualify Villanova due to Devin Askew. I could disqualify Ohio State due to Jake Diebler. I could disqualify Notre Dame just because they've been so bad, but I kind of want to talk my way into Notre Dame here, unless you have a different preference.
Ohio State's the best team. Notre Dame has the best player. Villanova has the easiest route. That's how I would classify each of them. I
I,
think Notre Dame has the best of all three worlds, though.
I want to cut Nova, and I'll let you make the last cut between Notre Dame or Ohio State.
I think Ohio State being in the Big Ten, a very deep conference, is going to make it tough for them with Diebler as their coach. I think I think Notre Dame has not as easy of a route as Villanova, but a similar route in terms of like the schedule is not going to be that bad.
All right, lock it in. Five teams that missed the NCAA tournament last year that will make it this year: Indiana, Iowa, NC State, Virginia, and Notre Dame.